I select these guys. They're going to draw their 7. Oh, by the way, I'm Lane Fox. For those of you who don't know, I actually did pilot Eldrazi. I think it was like a week or two afterwards. It kind of picked up in Legacy to a first place finish here at the Legacy tournament a while back. So, of course, I'm in its corner, but I don't think it has the best game against Show and Tell. So, it looks like Lewis is going first. He's going to start with a Chalice on 1 from a Ancient Tomb. So, his life total is going to go down to 18. We saw Edward do a crazy turn 1 Show and Tell into a Grizzlebrand. So, let's see if he can kind of. He's got his own. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Is this a turn 1 Show and Tell? He's going to go down to 18. It is a turn 1 Show and Tell. Oh my goodness gracious. So he's going to wait to see what Lewis puts into play. So he brings out, oh my, is that? So he brings in his own Chalice on 0. So he brings in an Emrakul. Something tells me Lewis isn't in the best position here. Yeah, and there we go. Wow. And we've that is legacy, my friends. But a lot of times, whenever you hear about those turn 1 wins and legacy that kind of scare a lot of the modern and especially the standard players away from the game, there you go. But that's the thing. I mean, Eldrazi preys on a certain kind of deck, ones that kind of play a very low curve, and then the show and tell doesn't have that problem. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the chalices come out against him. I mean, I feel like Edward has a very strong game against Eldrazi. So let's take a look at what Lewis has here. Now, he has an Ashen Rider in the sideboard. Now, if he had that in his hand, he could have brought it into play and gotten rid of the Emrakul. I think Endbringer is a good card for him. That way he can kind of keep anything tapped down that Edward might play. And I'm trying to think if I kind of like the Thorn of Amethyst, just maybe to kind of slow them down a little bit. Warping Well is a great card because Show and Tell is a sorcery card. He can bring in Pithing Needle to lock him out of the sneak or not sneak attack. I'm sorry, and yeah, and then but that's his sideboard is Ashen Rider. Dismember I don't think does anything. Um, Ratchet Bomb doesn't really do anything. And the Fairy Macabre is not really doing a lot too. The Caracas is really great too. So Lewis is actually playing 2 Caracas in the main board, which is, normally I wouldn't condone, but I think here it's actually a great choice. I think the Phyrexian Metamorph, he's got one of those in the main, that would be great too. You just make your own, you make your own Emrakul. um, let's see, I probably think he can bring out the Dismember, of course. Um, There's not a whole lot. I think I would bring out the Chalices and the Dismember, and I would probably bring in Embringer, Ashen Rider, Thorn of Amethyst, the Warping Wells, and maybe the Pithing Needles. So let's see. We're gonna go to game 2, and hopefully we'll have a game that lasts a little bit longer than that. All right. Looks like Lewis is. I think he mulliganed. Now this is a rough game for Lewis, but don't get me wrong. It's still doable. I know my current Eldrazi list, because we had so many Eldrazi decks here for a while, I was actually playing Oblivion Sower, which is great in the mirror. Um, I found that oftentimes my Endbringer was just getting, uh, I don't know, getting dismembered, yeah, dismembered out of the game, or getting locked out with a Phyrexian Revoker if I was playing Death and Taxes. So I liked the Sower, and he starts with not a lot of action on it, but I mean, at the same time, too, the only thing I think I would expect to kind of see him play at this point in the game might be a uh, a mimic to start to put him on the clock. But he may want to hold up on a warping well, which I think is pretty smart. I know seeing that turn one show and tell the last match, it's probably got. I won't say Lewis is on tilt. I might be on tilt. I don't. I mean, I like. Let's see. Is this just a ponder? It is. I'm seeing what looks like. That I almost thought that looked like an anticipate, which that would have been weird. No, it's not. I must be looking at something else. I didn't get a good look at that, but we did see a Lotus Petal come down. All right, so right now Lewis has got, and there comes the Mimic. He must have drawn into the Mimic. So what did, okay, so Edward's brainstorming. Probably looking for something to counter the Thought Not Seer. So maybe he's looking for a force, maybe? Nope. All right. Well, and also alternatively, Edward could be hiding a card too that he's trying to protect. So let's see what he's got. It looks like he's got a City of Traders. Um, I see another Ponder. I see another Ancient Tomb. Oh wow, I didn't really expect to see the Blood Moon. Well, wait, maybe I did. I mean, that makes sense. I guess it's just right now I don't think the Blood Moon's good for him unless he can get another blue source though. But that looks like what he's going to take. So he's going to ponder. I'm not getting a good look at what he drew there. Oh, sorry, I've got to update the total here. Lewis is actually at 18. And Edwards should be at 20. People are knocking around my big old dice. Well, they're not even mine. They're my friend Drake's. But the ones I'm using on camera and the ones that y'all guys are using to kind of follow what's going on with the match. All right, let's see what he... I mean, we know that Edward's not going to miss his land drops because we know he has... Well, at least an Ancient Tomb we're most likely to see. Yeah. All right, so let's see. He should be coming across. Now, the question here is whether or not he drew into. I don't know. So, all right, there's going to be another Thought Not Seer. Hmm. So he drew into an Emrakul. I think there's a Gristlebrand. There is a. And it looks like he has an Echoing Truth, which actually can be pretty. What did he take? What did I have no idea what he took there. So he should have swung across for 8 that turn. So he should be, or is he at 11? I'm not quite sure. Let's go ahead and put him at 11. I think that, oh, Reality Smasher. This is pretty huge. I think Edward might be dead here. That's just, yeah, that's, the way the Echoing Truth. That's why I think I would have taken the Echoing Truth. What did he take? It's still 10 damage, though. It's going to put Edward at 1. Maybe Edward missed that. That's definitely the card I would have taken. So that should put him at 1. But see, now it's, oh my goodness. What did he take with that? Oh, he had another one. I don't know. I think he's dead here either way. Okay, so it didn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna actually go visit the table real quick. Just kind of knock those. So each we're going on to game three. I'm just gonna make sure that everyone can clearly see these live totals too, so we can kind of follow it. So right now we're 1-1. Eldrazi just kind of rushed through, got Edward on that one, and yeah. So just one moment, and I'll be right back. All right, gotta keep these guys in shape. All right, I don't really think a whole lot changes. Um, I didn't see the chalices. I think Lewis took those out, so that was smart. Let's see if there's anything Edward would actually bring in into this match. Well, I know it looks like he brought in a Blood Moon. I don't think the Kozilek's Return does a lot. Pyroclasm doesn't do a lot. Um, I really, I think that when we saw the Echoing Truth, that's, is he playing one of those in the main? No, so he brought in the Echoing Truth. I think that was good. Um, yeah, I really think that that's all you bring in. So yeah, he brought in the Echoing Truth. He brought in a Blood Moon, which seems good enough. He's got Ponders. He's got Brainstorms to dig for him. Looks like both players are looking at their hands. I'm sure Edward has chosen to go first. Let's see if we see one of those create up. Looks like Lewis is taking a mulligan. So he's going to go down to 6 and he'll get a scry. Do you have lands? Do you have spells? Whatever that is, he didn't like it. All right. I guess he's like, show me what you got, Edward. Oh, well, he's just leading on island, which is good. It could be that Edward just kind of rushes out a Blood Moon pretty early. But I would have think he would have started. So what was that? Looks is that, I guess it's just an Eye of Ugin and a Mimic. Sneak and Show. Oh my goodness. This game could be over rather quickly. See what they bring in. Oh my goodness, there's the Ashen Rider. Looks like he just put in the Oh, this is huge though, because that Ashen Rider is such a big card right now. Maybe that's where he mulliganed pretty strong. All right, so that looked like an endless one for 4. That means that Lewis is going to swing in for. Now, let's see, what is he at? Is he at 9 now? Sorry, I think I guess the Ashen Rider I think is a 5/5. Let's see. I think Edward was actually just trying to bring in a sneak attack. Yeah, and that's it. I think that wow, it's just one of those weird situations where show and tell hurt the show and tell player. And congratulations to Lewis. He takes this one 2-1, and that was a really quick game.